So Unnati, are you ready? Yes. Yes, you may start, Unnati.
Respected directors, sir, principals, sir, teachers and honorable judges, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. My name is Radhya Agarwal from class 5. First of all, I would like to thank my teachers who have given me an opportunity to participate in this science presentation. In front of you, today, I am going to present the skeletal system. The skeletal system is a framework of bones that give support to our body. There are 26 bones in an adult human skeleton.
Oh, later video
Skull.
condition.
The skull protects the brain. The skull of an adult human skeleton generally contains 22 bones. All the bones are fixed except the lower jaw. The movable lower jaw enables us to talk and eat. The upper jaw and the lower jaw have teeth. Rib cage. Ribs are thin and curved bones that form a cage in the chest called the rib cage. The rib cage protects our heart and lungs. Most of the people have 12 pairs of ribs. A long bone at the center of the rib called the sternum holds the rib from the front. It is also attached to the backbone at the back. However, the last two pairs of ribs are not attached to the sternum and so are called floating ribs. You can feel your ribs by running your fingers across your chest. Backbone. The backbone protects our spinal cord. The backbone is made up of 33 small bones called the vertebra. It is also called the vertebral column. You can feel your backbone by running your hand along the central portion of your back. Limbs. We have two pairs of limbs, the upper limbs and the lower limbs. The upper limbs. The upper limbs have two parts, the upper arm and the lower arm. The upper arm is made up of a single bone called the humerus. It is joined at the elbow to a pair of bones that form the lower arm. The hand is made up of several smaller bones. Lower limb. The lower limb also has two parts, the upper leg and the lower leg. The upper leg is made up of a single bone called the femur or the thigh bone. It is the longest bone in the human body. Now, the lower leg is made up of two bones that join the femurs at the knee. The feet is made up of several smaller bones. Girdles. Girdles are ring-like bony structure connecting the skull and the vertebral column to the upper limb and the lower limb. There are two girdles present in the human skeleton, the shoulder girdle and the hip girdle. The shoulder girdle connects the upper limb to the body. It is made up of the collarbone and the shoulder blade. The hip girdle connects the lower limb to the body. Functions of the skeleton. The functions of the skeleton are as follows. The skeleton gives shape and support to our body. Without the skeleton, our body would be floppy like a jelly. Forget about walking, we would not even be able to stand. Different parts of the skeleton protect our soft internal organs, such as the skull protects the brain, the rib cage protects our heart and lungs. The backbone protects our delicate spinal cord. Many bones are there in our body that they are hollow. They are filled with a gel-like substance called the bone marrow. Bloods are produced in the bone marrow. So now we learn about the skull, the rib cage, the backbone, the limbs, the upper limb and the lower limb, the girdle, the shoulder girdle and the hip girdle and the functions of the skeleton. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Well done. So we have now next participant Bhaskar Bagwar with rainwater harvesting. Bhaskar Bagwar with rainwater harvesting.
Good morning everyone. My name is Bhaskar Bhagwat from class 5. First of all, I would like to thank my teachers who have given me an opportunity to participate in this science presentation. As we know, about two-thirds of Earth's surface is covered with water. However, the amount of usable water is very small. The growing population, growing industries, and agricultural practice need lot of water. The huge consumption of water is causing reduction of available water. We need to think about variety of ways to save and conserve our water resource. One of the very most important preventive measures for conservation is rooftop rainwater harvesting system. So you can see I have made a model the model name is rooftop rainwater harvesting system. So you can see I have made a model of a house. This is terrace, this is filtration tank, and this is well. And I have made a small garden as well. So now I am going to tell you how it works. So I have made a model of a house. This is terrace, which is called collection tank, and when it rains, the water gets collected in the collection tank. And you can see I have also assembled a pipe over here, and when the water gets collected in the collection tank, the water through this pipe, the water goes to the filtration tank, and to filter the impure water, we use gravel, sand, and charcoal. And when the impure water gets pure, through this pipe, the pure water goes to the well. And when the pure water collected in the well, we can use it for household purposes like washing, bathing, drinking, etc. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Bhaskar. Very good. Nicely you have explained. Ashutosh, if you are ready, you may start.
Good morning everyone. My name is Ashutosh Bhagwat from class 4. Today I am going to show an experiment. The name of the experiment is air exhaust pressure. For this, these things will be needed: an empty bottle, one glass, pipe, clay, balloon, scissor, and water. Two things already I have done. Some water I have filled in the bottle, and a pipe has been inserted. Clay I have put over here. Now I am going to inflate a balloon. Now I will put this inflated balloon on the top of the bottle.
In this one, our school children should be guided.
Yes.
No.
Now you see water is coming out through the pipe. It shows air exhaust pressure. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Well done. Poonam Rao? Poonam Rao, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Poonam, you may start. Switch on your camera and you may start.
Respected directors, teachers, and good afternoon to all. My name is Poonam. I study B. Today I have gold. So my representative was on topic of solubility. I interest in this
Before only,
topic
there should be
because I
guided.
have to explain that how the material soluble in water and some material are not soluble in water. To show the project, we have to take 2 bowls, sugar, rice and water. First I will take 2 bowls.
But at least they have put their effort. That is good. Nice thing.
Fill it with water.
They will learn something.
Add half a spoon of sugar.
She's adding sugar now.
Rice also half a spoon. Rice also half. First I will mix sugar properly. Then we'll mix rice.
Yes, nice. Small activity is there, but it is good. Yes, continue, continue. It's nice.
Then sugar is dissolved in water and rice is not dissolved in water.
Class 6. 6.
Okay, very good, Poonam. It's over? Want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. So next we have Adarsh Raj. Are you ready, Adarsh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, switch on your camera and you may start. And before this, standard 7th, children are there, Bulbul Rani. So whoever will be called, only one. Bulbul Rani is there, so she will be ready. Bulbul Rani, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will be ready after him. Okay, you may start. Adarsh.
Yes, sir. Respected our director, sir, principal, sir, vice principal, sir, teachers, and all my dear friends. Good afternoon to all of you. Me, Adarsh Raj from class 6, and I am going to show you how clouds are formed. Clouds form when the invisible water vapor in the air condenses into visible water droplets or ice crystals. For this to happen, the parcel of the air must be saturated, unable to hold all the water to contain water vapor in vapor form. So it starts to condense into a liquid or solid form. Now I am going to show you how clouds are formed in figure. You can see here water is there. When sun heats come to water, it becomes vapor and it goes up and becomes clouds. By this process, clouds are formed. Now I am going to say something about it. As you recall, water has the ability to exist as liquid, gas or solid. The transformation from the liquid to gas is called evaporation. The reverse process from gas to liquid is called condensation. From liquid to solid is known
Nice
as
presentation is there.
solidification.
She
And
has
from the
sense
solid
to
to
present.
liquid fusion. Water can be also transformed directly from the solid to gas or reversed through a process called deposition. Light will see these various processes in the formation of clouds. At last, I would like to say something. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. Thank you.
Very good, very good, very good. Very good, Adarsh. So Bulbul Rani from class 7th, burning candle produces CO2. So Bulbul Rani, switch on your camera and you may start.
Respected our director sir, principal sir, vice principal sir, teachers and all the audience present over here. Good afternoon to everyone. I, Bulbul Rani from class 7, welcome you in this science presentation. It is very intense pleasure to you. Welcome in this science presentation. The topic which I have made my presentation is burning of candle produces CO2. And that in daily life we see candle and lime. So I wanted to do experiment. But before doing experiment, I want to tell you what is combustion. A combustion is a process in which a chemical substance reacts with oxygen to produce oxide and release energy. Now I will tell you how this activity is done. First we have to take some lime water and put into a glass. Then we have to fix a candle, and from that we have to cover the glass with a plate. Then we have to see what happens to the candle flame and did the color of the lime water changes before and after the experiment. Now I will show you. Before I have put some lime water and I have fixed a candle and I have light the candle. Then when I will cover this candle, the light of this candle will be extincted and the color of and the carbon dioxide is and the color of the carbon dioxide and the carbon dioxide is evolved during this process, and from this I conclude that this activity proves that the water and carbon dioxide is evolved in this process. And at last I would like to thank our director sir, principal sir, vice principal sir and teachers and all the audience present over here. They give a precious time as well as a chance to perform over here. Thank you.
Okay, very good Bulbul. Now after Bulbul Rani of class 7th, we have few children from class 8th. Switch on your mic and again you start.
Good afternoon to director sir, respected director sir, principal sir, teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Pranav Kumar Dubey and I am here today I am here to explain you about lightning conductor. What is lightning conductor and how does it work? Lightning conductor is a device used to protect tall buildings from effects of lightning. It is made up of a thick strip of metal which is usually of copper. The top end of lightning conductor is pointed like sharp spikes, as you can see here. And it is fixed above the highest point of the building, and thick metal strips runs along the building to the ground. The lower end of the metal strip is joined to a metal plate which is buried deep in the ground, as you can see. Now for knowing how lightning conductor works, first we have to know that how does lightning occur. So lightning can be explained in terms of charges produced due to rubbing. During a thunderstorm, the air current moves upward and the water droplets move downwards. And this is caused due to the separation of charge due to the vigorous motion. As a result of this process, the positive charge collects near the upper edge, the negative charges accumulate near the lower edge of the cloud. And also the negative charge is near the ground as compared to the positive charge. As the charge gets accumulated, its magnitude becomes very large. Water droplets in the air act as a conductor of this charge. These charges flow to meet, thus producing strikes of lightning and thunder. For this phenomenon to occur, a sufficiently high electric potential between two regions and a high resistance medium must be present because the air in the atmosphere resists it. And also lightning strikes more frequently at higher altitudes because cloud is closer to high places as compared to the plains. The electric energy of lightning passes through the metal strips. Now if the lightning occurs, we know that the lightning conductor is fixed above the highest point of the building, means the lightning conductor is at highest point. And if the lightning occurs, it passes through the lightning conductor and goes to the ground and is safely discharged to the ground without causing any damage to the building. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Pranav. Next we have Rakhi Kumari. Rakhi,
Yes.
with
Yes, sir.
displacement reaction.
Yes, sir.
You may start, Rakhi.
Respected our directors, sir, principals and teachers, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Pranav Kumari from class 8. Today I am going to show an activity on the topic displacement reaction. First, I am going to tell you what is displacement reaction. And a more reactive metal displaces out less reactive metal. This is known as displacement reaction. For that, now I am going to show you an activity. We will take a copper sulfate solution. It is a mixture of water and copper sulfate. And now we will put iron in it. And now we will leave it for some time undisturbed. After a few minutes or hours, we will see that it has changed its color. And we can see that a red brown layer is deposited on iron nail. This is because the iron has displaced copper from its compound copper sulfate solution. At last, I want to conclude that when we dip iron nail in copper sulfate solution, iron displaces copper from its salt solution, and a red brown layer is deposited on the layer of iron. Thank you.
Okay, very nice, very good, Rakhi. Very well explained, and you have done. Very good. Okay, I don't think anyone is left now. No one is there. Okay, so thank you everyone. Children, those who have participated from class 5 to 8, it was very nice. Good effort you have put. But I hope for the next time you will prepare in better way. Especially your communication skill is required to be improved. Otherwise, whatever effort you have put, that was very nice. Very well. So thank you everyone. Now you may leave your class. Your result will be sent in your WhatsApp. Thank you.